It's the first Monday back to work since the latest coronavirus restrictions were eased and working from home was lifted. Business leaders in Kent are welcoming the news, especially the firms that rely on footfall from office workers, coffee bars, cafes, sandwich makers, things like that. But unions are worried that a rush back to the office could result in a surge in infection rates, and there could be even more staff absences. And we've been hearing about them just now in the travel, actually. So are you going back to the office, or is working from home better for you? Will your boss even let you stay at home? Or is actually your boss saying, no, you must stay at home? We've solved the office in the pandemic. Well, let's discuss now. Charlie Mullins is the well-known founder of Pimlico Plumbers, who also lived and worked in Bexley and Bromley. Charlie, welcome to the show. Great to have you here. Now, as a businessman, is it crucial, do you think, for the economy to get more people back into the office like it was before?
Oh, well, undoubtedly. I mean, if we don't get back, the economy is going to suffer long term. There's going to be a massive skills shortage because youngsters are not going to get face-to-face training. And children seeing their parents working from home are just going to think that's the normal, and they're not going to aspire to try and take a career on in the real world. So, it's very, very important that we get back. I think it's great news that it's happening, and let's hope that everybody follows it.
Yeah, and of course for you, I guess, during the pandemic, things have been different. You can't work from home as a plumber, can you?
Well, that's right. I mean, there's lots of people that can't work from home, and if everybody worked from home, such as teachers and nurses and police and doctors, we'd be in a total mess. And
yeah.
I think we've only survived through the pandemic because of the skills that have been picked up in the workplace. But now, you've got to get back, you've got to collaborate. And, I actually think that the government civil service should lead by example here. I mean, you also got to remember a lot of these civil servants have been working from home or getting full pay and only doing a fraction of the work of what they've been doing. It's not efficient to work from home. I know we've got all these people saying how efficient it is, and I save on fares, I save on time. And yes, you do. But the contract is to be in the workplace, and that's where we need to be back and get things moving again.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, efficiency for some people has gone up because they're not spending that time on the commute, and they've been desperate to prove that they're working because obviously, their boss can't see them. There's no presenteeism. So efficiency, I think, for some people has actually gone up working from home.
Yeah, but you'll find it's the minority. I mean, let's not kid anybody. With all the, people don't want to hear this all the time, but with all the distractions, I'm sure it's more productive at work for some people. The washing gets done, the gardening gets done, you go down the pub. I mean, come on, let's get back to the real world. The workplace is in the workplace, and that's where we can get most efficiency. We can work with others, we can learn from others. And I say that's the contract that they signed. And personally, I think if they're going to insist on working from home, then there should be a two-rate system. A lot lower for working at home, and give the ones that are prepared to go into the workplace a much higher rate.
Why does it matter so much, though, as long as the work gets done?
Why does it matter so much? Well, it has a knock-on effect, as you know. The coffee shops, the transport, the clothes shops, the anything at all that...
Trains.
All in everything. I mean, they're all the normal things that everybody knows. That I'm going to say this, that the more people that work from home, for every one person that continues to work from home, another one person is going to lose their job somewhere else, which is going to affect the economy massively. Then you've got the cost of all the rise in energy bills, and are the home workers going to be happy to pay for that, or are they going to want more money off their company to start helping them out with the bills? I mean, then you're going to get long-term problems at home where they're not getting exercise, then they're not sort of actually interacting with other people. I mean, come on, it's just not the way. I mean, put it like this: if I'd have run my business from home, it would have never reached some 50 million turnover and kept 450 people in work. Also, I'm sure a lot of people realise this, that if they can work from home themselves, they're gonna farm this job out to someone abroad that's going to be a lot cheaper. So I think working from home is a sure way of losing your job.
That's very clear. I suppose that the next question then, Charlie, is now the right time? Because, of course, we're not out of the woods, are we, with the pandemic? And a lot of people are worried, actually, it'll send infection rates soaring.
Well, it's the same old excuse, isn't it? The pandemic they're going to use again, but it's not stopped them going out and socialising and not abiding by the
To be
rules of.
fair, it has stopped a lot of people. No, you're right. Some people have just carried on, but I'm talking about the people who actually maybe have underlying health conditions and are
Of
actually
course,
frightened. Yeah,
look. Obviously, the people with underlying health conditions, maybe there's got to be some leeway on that.
sure.
But let's be fair. We've got to work our way now through the pandemic. They say the worst is over, so let's give it a try. I mean, you also got to remember now that 90% of the nation has had double jab, and quite a lot have had the booster now. So things have improved a lot out there.
Do you think then, from what you're saying, because there's a lot of people speculating, aren't there, Charlie, saying, oh, the world of work has changed forever. Do you think that actually, no, it hasn't actually? We shifted during the pandemic and we'll just shift back, maybe by degrees, to how it was before?
Well, undoubtedly, I think we have no choice. I mean, there's just not going to be an economy, and people are just not going to be able to get on with life. I mean, somebody's got to pay the bills, and why would somebody open up a business and start employing people from home that's going to start dictating? I mean, they come up with this, WFH, work
Yeah.
from home. I mean, I think it should be called WLFH, work less from home.
On that point, Charlie, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts this morning. We'll talk to you soon. That's Charlie Mullins, founder, of course, of Pimlico Plumbers.